Is your tropical garden looking sad? If that is the case, I want to share with you 5 common mistakes that tropical gardeners make and how you can quickly fix them. I'm actually walking up to mistake number 1. If you look at this philodendron, do you see how the leaves are bronze? This plant is in full sun. Well, it gets a lot of direct sunlight, but this plant doesn't like sun. This is a shade loving plant. And so when this plant gets full sun, this is what happens to the leaves. Now let me show you. I have a calathea here, and you're going to see that it is actually suffering also because of the same issue. If you put shade loving plants in full sun, it is going to be a disaster in your garden, and your garden will not like it. Mistake number 2 is using heavy soil. Here in the tropics, we do have heavy clay soil, and so one of the things that you have to do is constantly work on changing the composition of your soil and making it into well draining soil. So that is something that you want to work on. The soil that you're seeing here is not what I started with, but we have worked so hard on this soil. I will take everything, all the spent flowers, everything that falls from the garden. These are my shade loving plants. My shade loving plants. They are having a lot of fun. These are the plants in the understory. Oh my gosh, they're so happy. You just gotta plant plants where they are happy. Look at this. Look at the size of this whale. I think it's called a whale tail or whale fin Sansevieria. It's really happy here. Wait, I do have another Sansevieria that I haven't seen in a while. Let's go looking for it. Oh my gosh, let's go looking. Let's go looking. Oh, okay, this is the one right here. It's not giving me babies, but look at all the stuff that fell in the center there. It's not giving me babies, but my gosh, it's so beautiful. Did you see it? I'm taking out all of the leaves and so on that just fell in the center of it. I'm talking about this one right here. This baby right here. So beautiful. I have a few Sansevieria right here. And they just keep growing. Let me show you more of the understory. This is the understory. I feel as if these plants I don't show these plants as much as I show the other plants. I actually put this fern down because it was not doing well in the pot, and so I put it in the ground. And let me show you, a piece fell out the pot. Look over here. This piece fell out, and look at what it's doing here. Look how happy it is. Oh my gosh, it has the perfect growing conditions. Perfect conditions. Beautiful. Share this outdoor decor idea with you. So what I do, I have an arch, and then the arch has 2 chairs on either side, and each chair is flanked by an urn. So it's that, and then if you look on the other side, there's another urn flanking the chair, and so you have this look right here. It's an outdoor decor idea that you can try. You can even add a little bit of decoration. You will see that in this urn, I have added a little bit of decoration here. And on this one too, I've added a little bit of decoration. In this video, I'm going to give you an update of the new addition to the garden. So that over there is our side garden, and the side garden ends there. This garden right here is in front of our place where you can take an outdoor shower. So I can say in front of the outdoor bathroom. And what I've done is I started by planting a lot of periwinkles. I did not at the beginning love periwinkles because I think I've grown up with them and I didn't see any beauty in them. It was my husband who reintroduced me to the beauty of periwinkles. So they flank this entire section right through. You see the periwinkles. And then what I've done is my husband said, you know what, let's put a row of red right in front so it will draw the eyes. So there's that row of red right in front. You may not see it well now because this is a newly planted area. And then I actually brought my other coral plant. I think it went through a little bit of shock, but it's catching itself now, so that I can have a kind of pairing going on here. And this is my dasheen, but this is a beautiful, I would say, alocasia. I love it, love it, love it. I think it can take the sun. I don't know what's happening to it, but I really want it to be the center there. And then I've added some crotons along the way and just some other flowering plant. So I'm hoping that this here, when you look at this, it's going to be a really beautiful place in front of the bathhouse, the outdoor bathroom. Now, what my husband has done also is he has connected the entire thing. So this is another pathway right here to go back to this patio. And what I've done is, I don't like to see bare pathways, so let me show you what it looks like. So I've planted it up. That's how it looks. And because I know these are more like annual plants and they will not last for a long time, I've actually planted some sansevieria behind there. I've planted some lilies, just like this lily path that we have here. It goes straight to the front. You see that lily path? So I've planted some more of the lilies on this side. I started with the fern, but as I said, planting is about placement, and these ferns were not placed in the right environment. All right, so let's see how they will do. This one is getting a lot of shade. I've planted a row of sanchezas right here. I have an oleander there. I actually put down a copper leaf over there. Like, I put three different kinds of copper leaf right around there. So I'm actually going to really keep you posted on this little side garden. This garden is actually facing our vegetable garden. I will have to do an entire video on the vegetable garden, but I'm going to leave that for later. Wow, look at this. And then that little bougainvillea right there is going to be so amazing. Oh my gosh, you gotta see this. Okay, let's go, because I want us to do two moves. I don't know if we can do. I am going to introduce you to this part of the garden that my son and I planted. I have to go down a little bit for you to get to see. These are the scallions, and what I did was I just took the top off of some scallions that I bought and I put these in the ground, and I'm telling you, they are really enjoying it. They're really having fun. Over here I planted some Swiss chard. Now this is the second time I have tried Swiss chard. The first time I tried them, they did not do too well, but this time around, oh my gosh, I am so proud of what I'm seeing. So many seedlings for the Swiss chard. I can't remember. Oh, I plant nasturtium here. I know they will take a while to open up, so I'm waiting on them. Over here we have the carrots, and you can see so many tiny seedlings. Wait, other than seedlings, I'm seeing other stuff that I don't want to see in the garden, so I'm going to take those out. You can see the seedlings of the carrots here. Over here is the basil, and I'm telling you, I think that this is the perfect microclimate for these. Look at these seedlings. They have all really done so well. And then over here is where I planted the lettuce. And the lettuce, I think in terms of success rate, I would say that they have done phenomenally well, because I just have hundreds of lettuce seedling. Over here we planted some tomatoes or tomato, and I'm already seeing the seedlings for that. And I just can't remember what I sprinkled here, but this is the little side garden. I would call this the microclimate garden. And what I'm going to do is I will keep you updated on how this garden is functioning. I had these spathiphyllums. They were in direct sunlight, but I've moved them over here, and they are doing so well, and they're actually flanking this vegetable garden. This is about, I would say, a little over 1/3 of what this entire vegetable garden will look like, and I will keep you posted. It's just like a 2 feet span of planting area off the sidewalk. Let me walk like this and show you. And this part of the garden, there is not a lot of sun, and the soil is moist. It's really cool. I don't think it gets above 80 in this section. So this is like a super microclimate right here. We are going to continue planting right along here, and this is going to be actually totally the food garden. Thank you for watching. Right here where this arch is actually the beginning of the garden off the patio. This is the garden off the patio. You come like this. You can go that way. If you go that way, you're going into the total vegetable garden. If you turn this way, you're going into the ornamental garden. Let me show you the look that I love. I love this look right here, where you can just look straight down and just see all these lilies right there. When you leave the patio and you come onto the pathway there, then you get in front of the outside bathroom. And I think I've shown you in another prior video how I've planted this part here. Right here you'll reach this shepherd's hook with the 4 baskets on it. Then if we come over here, we have this right here. This is the side garden. Before this pathway, this side garden was just on one side, but now with this other side and with the palms growing up, it's really becoming a space that you can enjoy more and more. Right here on this forest arch, I do have a beautiful vining plant that I'm waiting to actually just come and envelope this entire arch, and then it's going to be Such a beautiful thing to walk under with just so many flowers. As you keep walking, still flanked by the side garden, and let me show you, the traveler's palm is really growing. I am so proud of this palm. It has come a long way, and I'm enjoying it at every stage. You know, sometimes we wait to enjoy a plant at a different stage. We're waiting for it to get bigger. We're waiting for something else. Not me. I'm enjoying this palm as is. Here I actually planted this premium lily, and it's so majestic, so beautiful. It's like a thriller. I decided to put one on the other side there. And right over there is our Bismarcker, and the Bismarcker is having the time of his life. Yes. If you keep going through the side garden, and notice I just use a few plants that I find that are successful in my tropical garden, and I keep repeating them. Lots of Christmas palms, crinium lilies, yes babe, and phyllos. And I just keep repeating that pattern. Palms, sanchezas, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of cordyline, and just keep repeating it. And when you get here, we're at the place of the gazebo and the nook right there. I'm going to enjoy a water coconut. I'm going to enjoy a water coconut. Ooh, I'm getting one right now. My husband and I going to sit in our little secret place. This is our secret corner here. Careful, babe. Oh wow, this is gonna be a good coconut. I'm making this back here into such a beautiful oasis. You're going to see the transformation. All right, now we just pick coconuts from our trees, and we are going to sit and enjoy. I was showing you the garden from the back, and so now we come to the nook. Remember, we were at the nook, and in our garden we have a lot of papayas. And these papaya trees, they serve as canopies, as covering in the garden. Here in the tropics, the sun is relentless. As a result, we have to have canopies or covering in our garden. And then we plant in the understory, because most of our plants actually love dappled sunlight. Because here, if you go into a rainforest, you will see that they don't grow like that just in the open, especially all the calatheas and the philodendrons. You would see them, but they are covered with their under the canopy. And so if we can mimic the canopy, then we are doing well. This over here is the park garden. I have been working on this park garden for a while now. And you know, with gardening, it's just constant changes. Like I've taken out these stuff right here. I don't know what to do with them. And I've planted good old Sansevieria, because why not? Why not? I did some replanting over here, right by the place of the lemon tree. Thunbergia grandiflora. Doesn't like a lot of sun. Trying to get it to grow, a water loving plant. So let's see what it will do. And then as we get to the front here, the pathway. This is the first ever garden that I created. Really, all I was doing was collecting plants and placing them along this pathway. That's how I started. I have to show you the outside garden, perhaps not right now, but I will. And then my little house plant, I'm trying to do like a blue theme with the house plants. Hello my dear, in this video I want to share with you 5 tropical garden mistakes that you are probably making in 2025. Mistake number 1, let's look right here, is putting shade loving plants in full sun. Now this plant did not originally start off in the sun. It has this palm here that should serve as a canopy, and then there were some other plants in the background, but I cut those plants, and so now this plant, which is a shade loving plant, is now getting the brunt of the sun. So this is a very common mistake, and here you can see that this calathea is actually getting the same demise where it is being exposed to the sun, and you can see that it's really taking a toll on the leaves. That is a big issue. All right, another common mistake is not amending the soil or not ensuring that your soil is well draining and fertile. In the tropics, you have to make sure that you have well draining soil. We started off with thick, heavy clay soil, but today, with a lot of work, let me see if I can show you, and always adding cow manure. This is cow manure and horse manure. Always adding cow and horse manure, we have been able to improve our soil. So please, if you're in the tropics or if you're planting tropical plants, pay attention to the soil and work on fixing the soil, work on making the soil fertile and well draining. It's really, really important. I think the third common mistake that you will find in tropical garden is either overwatering or underwatering. If I show you the number of plants that I have lost as a result of over or underwatering, because I'm thinking that, oh, these are tropical plants and they really do need a lot of water. But that's, I think the best thing to do is to check the soil. Check the soil, do a soil check, and if you see that it's okay and it doesn't need any kind of watering, then, don't give it, all right? Now, tropical plants love humidity. You have to make sure that there is some kind of moisture in the air for your tropical plants. Here in the tropics, because of the steady rainfall, and I would say our air has a lot of humidity in it, and so it helps the plant. But if you're not living in the tropics and you want to have tropical plants, then I think you will have to do a lot of misting so that you can create that moisture in the air. And I think the final mistake that I think people are making in 2025 as tropical gardeners is ignoring pests or waiting until the pests attack the plant, then dealing with it. I have developed what is called a more proactive approach to pest control, and that is I'm not waiting for the plants to be totally infested. I check the plants. I go ahead, I look under the leaves, I look at the plants that are prone to mealybug, that are prone to aphids, and I actually spray those plants even before they start to show signs of any kind of infestation. Now, I think if you're thinking of a tropical garden, I'm sharing these truths with you so that you know exactly what to avoid so that you can truly enjoy a beautiful tropical garden. Now remember to like, follow, and drop a comment with your biggest plant fail, because you know what, it is from our failures that we learn. All right, so please, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to Caden's Garden at Westside. Let's use this as the thumbnail, right?